What's up? It's the first of the month. I'm essentially seeing if I can consistently post every day this week alongside other things that I'm meant to get done. So do excuse me if this ain't 100%. Sometimes you got to remember who you are and pop out and show people who you is. I'm not trying to be anything but me. I was watching a podcaster when he first obviously started 4 years ago, and I'm telling you, it made me just realize that you just have to keep going, and because eventually you will make it. It never feels like it, but eventually you will make it. But I feel like sometimes I get sidetracked at times, and these people be testing my last patience. But let me re-emphasize that for those that don't understand, I will not be switching up my content for nobody. I feel like I've incorporated as much as I can that I like to talk about and will talk about. But I try to be open as much as I possibly can. Yeah, without lowering my standards. I need to waste no time. So as you guys know, Christmas is essentially around the corner, but it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it at all. But for some reason, every time I go into a store such as M&S and Waitrose, which is the top, it's always filled with people to the brim, and people just be lined up outside. It's absolutely annoying. Anyway, I digress. One thing though, as you guys know, it was Thanksgiving in America, so there was loads of different things that came on my Instagram feed, from what people were eating, jokes about whose house they are going to go for Thanksgiving. It was absolutely sensational to watch. I don't even understand the purpose of Thanksgiving, to be honest, because there's Christmas around the corner. But I don't know, maybe it's for people that don't celebrate Christmas. I don't know. But anyway, I've been watching a streamer who reached record numbers of subs on his Twitch stream. I think 700,000 plus just on stream. I think he broke the world record for it as well. Obviously he's streaming in Calabasas, LA somewhere, but he is funny as hell. But I want to touch on a few things about it before obviously continuing. The normal consensus is that the amount of subscribers total the amount of people you could potentially monetize from. Well, I don't think that is necessarily true. So people say that if you've got a certain amount of subscribers, you should be able to monetize from them. Well, having a huge subscriber looks good from someone that is just looking in. However, the problem now becomes it's not real people that are actually following you, but bots. You then have a situation when you want, say for example, you want to promote a product or something, or 1 million plus followers, you have bots, and that is a thing, and that is a major thing on platforms. What I'm noticing is that some small accounts, obviously, afterwards, when you get a large account, you also have bots as well, or not real engaged people. Now, the reason why I mentioned the whole subscriber thing is because if you have a loyal fan base who are engaged and things of that nature, you're obviously able to monetize them and take them straight off the platform and obviously sell directly to them because you've got a loyal fan base. But if you've got 1 million plus followers and 80% of them ain't even engaged on our bots, it's clearly a problem. Now, I digress. But anyway, I think Casey must have been he was in Calabasas because he's streaming like 24 hours a day. We saw him sleeping, we saw him showering, everything he was doing on stream. But he ain't just doing it by himself. He got people coming through his production team. He got a lot of people coming through his production team and so forth. But you know what? Do you know what really made me laugh was Drewski and Hart. They are very funny. I never really used to pay kind of Drewski any mind until I saw him in the house. And he's actually naturally funny. And he's not even trying to be, but he's actually funny. And I fell off my chair when I heard a convo between Hart, Drewski and Beandat. Beandat must have said something along the lines of, I want to get into acting. Drewski responded by saying, all rich black men want to get into acting. But it's the way he said it, not what he said, that made me fall out my chair in laughter. It was absolutely hilarious. Beandat is actually funny. This was like a big brother moment. The whole kind of KC Marathon. Everybody came out, from NBA players, comedians, streamers, but I think the funniest moments were definitely Drewski and Hart. Now, have you guys ever heard of a platform called Fanbase? Please let me know your thoughts on it. I've obviously opened it up, the platform, but I'm not sure what to make of it. Yeah, it's been heralded as the platform that you can obviously start monetizing from straight away. But I think with these platforms, they shouldn't open it up to all these countries. Because when I opened up the platform, I just saw all these different countries. And I just thought, no, this is not for me, maybe. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like sometimes when you start a new platform, you open it up to some countries and then you see how well it does before you start opening it to the whole world. That's my opinion anyway. I think Lemon 8 or Lulu 8 or something done the same thing. Before opening it up to every country. I don't know what to think about it yet. I don't even know what to make of Fanbase yet. But it looks good. Anyway, before I go to talking about sports, have you guys ever heard of Anaya Harry from Virginia? I think she's really good. She's like a rapper, singer. I can't really tell because one minute it sounds like she's singing, the next it's like she's rapping, but she's talented though. She's been coming a lot on my feed, on my Instagram feed, and I obviously thought, let me check her out. She's popping up all the time. Let me listen to her songs. I honestly think her music is really good. I don't know if she's signed or not. I think her music is really good because she has an EP out called Gut Intuition and various other kind of singles. Why do artists release a lot of singles more so than they do albums? That's one thing I'm noticing. I never really kind of understood that before. Maybe because singles are easier to promote than a kind of a whole album and less time consuming. I think that is what these new kind of artists are doing nowadays, releasing singles. Once it kind of gets a buzz or some sort of notoriety, then that's when they drop an album. But in saying that, I liked her songs because she talks about many things from a woman's perspective, from cheating with trifling ass guys, support you in different stages of your career. And I just liked her overall vibe and the overall message that she was giving in her songs because it's kind of great to hear and it's different. From what we normally hear from a woman's perspective, other than the usual you would hear. Do you know what I mean? She has released obviously many singles, but my favorite is Get Back from her single and her EP Gut Intuition. I think it's You. And from her, another artist that I really enjoy their music is Kennedy Ryan. She's from Colombia, I think. Her music is fire. Ryan, she has a very polished sound. Her song Ego is very edgy, very catchy. It's not necessarily R&B, not necessarily neo soul. It's kind of it's an infusion of a lot of things, but it sounds sensational to listen to. I absolutely love it. So it'd be definitely good to see what her album sounds like because I don't think she's got an album out. But honestly, I think it's more cost effective for artists to put out singles. And do what Russ did and create a whole catalogue of singles and then just be releasing years worth of singles. And then when people really like your singles, then you put out a whole album. Do you know what I mean? But whatever. Now the music industry is worth about 28.6 billion. And now my thing is this. With the rise of independence and my thing is this. The music industry is worth about 28.6 billion, and now my thing is this: with the rise of independence, I don't know what the charts are saying at the moment because I'm not really checking for the charts. But those that tend to dominate the charts are the independents more so than people on the labels. Obviously, you got K-Dot. He's on the label and he's doing well. But put K-Dot aside to one moment. Most of the people beside K-Dot that are independents are doing extremely well. They've already built their fan. But those, okay, hold on. Saying at the moment because I'm not really checking for the charts, but those that tend to dominate the charts are the independents more so than the people that are signed to labels. Obviously, you've got one or two that are signed to labels and they do extremely well, but majority are independents. There it is on the rise. I need to stop. But They have already built their fan base audience. You know what I mean? So that is what I think. There's a guy, he needs to stop. Pause. You know what? I love this show so much because they're hilarious. The actual combo is actually hilarious. Pause. But this guy needs to stop saying that. Pause. Do you know, because you all know Christmas is here, and I'm telling you, I found this website called Toy and Carew, and it essentially sells a range of things from tumblers to travel mugs. Now, people will be traveling for the holidays. Now, the travel mug industry makes revenue of $15.97 billion. That was in 2020. Guess how much it is worth now? 26.56 billion, and that is set to rise by 9% in the coming years. So I would say to people, take a look at the website and gift your friends and your family this season, as it's the season of giving. And yeah, the website looks really, really good. I'm going to leave a link for you guys down below, so you can go and check it out. But they got traveler mugs, they got tumblers, they just got things that you would need essentially for traveling, if you're at home working and things like that. You know what made me be very selective this year about what I want to do and how I want to do it is the fact that I got flack because I wanted to sell an ebook for £3,000, and people were like, who does she think she is? Me. Then I got more flack for trying to sell because I wanted to do something else. This year has just taught me people are going to judge you regardless, baby. So you might as well just do what you want. Really. People will say, oh, don't do this because of this. Don't do this because... Listen, do what you want, be happy, and forget everybody else. Quite literally. Because life is to be enjoyed, and you can't live life with regrets. So just go for it and do what you want.